I think it's a very important thing that you can't blindly just apply randomly in all the universities. You will end up getting rejected because you're not able to fulfill credits in specific subjects from your bachelor's. What about CV experience? You also had to give CV, right, in your application?
Yeah, we had CV.
What about that?
So I made it on Europass.
Okay.
Basic.
I also like made my CV on Europass, and like regarding the SOP, like it is pretty much the same. So like we have to like provide them like a brief about our bachelor's, like our motivation. So I would say like mainly basically projects. So what and all we have done that should be related to the like field that we are applying in the German universities.
Right.
And at the last, like we have to like tell them like why are we like interested in this course and what value can we add to that course and like what can we contribute to the economy of Germany. Like so why have we selected that country.
And you wrote about this topic in your SOP?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
So-
Because I've not seen others writing that.
Yeah.
Like the economic part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is pretty much. And like regarding the CV, yeah, same Europass.
Okay. Alright.
And yeah, and I got like around two LOR, and same from my company also. They were like not supposed to give the LOR, so I got it from my professors. Yeah.
One of the questions people keep asking me is, dude, I graduated 5 years back. I don't know any professors there anymore. How do I go and ask for LOR? Was that not a situation for you guys, or?
Not for me, because my professors were still in the college. Like they had promoted their level like to the HOD
Wow,
from
so
the
that was
professor.
better for you.
Yeah, so they could actually give a good
Right.
recommendation for me.
But there is never a situation, or you will face a problem. Even if you have graduated years back, your university still has an obligation to give you letter of recommendation. So don't hesitate and go and ask them. Even though you have not learned anything from them, they will have a track record of you, were a student here and all of that. What about you?
For the CV, I use the Europass, same as
So
everyone
everybody
else.
use a Europass format. No?
I just made it on my own.
You made it everything from scratch.
Yeah.
How many pages?
2 pages.
Tabular format.
Yep. So I use the Europass for the CV, and then for the SOP, I would say like pretty much whatever everyone has said so far. It says that about you, about the course, and how is it related to each other, and what's the future perspective. So that's the end goal of the SOP is what I felt. And for the recommendation, I took 3 from the university. So I had whoever the professors were, they were ready to give me the 3. So I took 3 from them just in case if it's required for any of the application. And even my company was not, they were not right in the right place to give me the recommendation letter. But even then, one thing that you can do even otherwise is that you can approach the employer or a architect or whoever is the senior from you to give you a recommendation on his behalf as an individual. So I would recommend whoever is working to have that when you're coming here, because that would be very useful when you're applying for the jobs. So maybe not for the application, yes, definitely,
for sure.
but for the jobs, that's
true. That's true. So far you have not collected any LOR from your past company. Nor you. You did, right?
Yes, I have a LOR from my reporting manager.
Or reporting manager.
Yes.
But not collectively. Like this didn't come from an HR.
No,
Okay.
so no big firms will definitely
Right.
go for
And
it.
the senior who gave you the LOR, was that on a letterhead or?
It was not on the letterhead, but
Then how did you use that?
no, I did not use it for the university. But as Prajwal mentioned, like we can still use it for the work.
Job prospects in the future. Yours is also not on the letterhead. It's just a simple
yes.
text-based.
And even most of the universities have mentioned in their process that you are supposed to give only the recommendation letter from the college. They do not even accept the ones that from your employer. And it's better to have as more as possible, because for some of the universities it's 2, but I have applied for some of the university which had 3, which required 3 recommendation letters. It's always better to be on the higher perspective.
Alright, so can we talk a little bit about curriculum analysis? Because I've seen in some admission process, you have to fill that out along with other documents. You also have to submit this. In a very simple language, explain what is that.
For example, if there is a subject called computer science, they want to know how many credits you have completed in that particular subject. So like they'll have a specific criteria that from this subject you have to complete. From data science, it should be like 30 credits, and from machine learning, it should be. So all those requirements that they have, those things should be completed. So basically for that, a curriculum analysis is there.
Right. Did you fill out some?
Yes.
Okay. And if you really remember, what was the format like, Because I have seen some of the curriculum analysis. In fact, I helped a couple of students recently where we had to write down all the subjects I studied in my bachelor's.
Yes.
And then on the right hand side, I had to write all the credits they got in individual subjects. And towards the end of the curriculum analysis, we had to add up everything and write down what is the total credits I've got. And in your example, what you're talking about, sometimes in your university, when you're applying for masters, professors here, they are not interested in your overall credits, what you have got. And And credit meaning we are not talking about grades here, the marks. We are not talking about marks. We are talking about ECTS in this case. So at times they'll ask for a very specific subjects. We need, let's say in data science, we need this much, we need blah 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 in this much. So in your case, you studied electronics, right?
Yes. It's like in data science, like there's certain credits needs to be completed, and if I have not completed that in my bachelor's, it is like a rejection criteria.
Correct.
So they can filter you out based on that.
Correct. It's true because for you to pursue the masters then here, it would be pretty much difficult or impossible because they expect you to have a certain background from the past. But you guys didn't fill out any curriculum analysis.
I did for the TUM on the medical
You have
physics.
to do that, right?
Yes, for TUM usually you have to do
So
it.
explain your experience, please, when you were.
Once we log into the website or the URL, first thing you will get to know is the maths. The maths will be on the top priority if we have completed the credits, for example, like 20 credits, basically. Like if you complete that, or if you even if you have a backlog, that is not an issue, but it should be completed. That is what they request on the sheet. After for the medical physics, we need maths. Then we also need physics. Physics is the topmost. Wherein in engineering, you guys know, like we just do for one sem physics, especially. And since my background was from medical electronics, I had couple of other medical physics subjects as well. So I could include that as well. After physics, there is a short requirement on chemistry.
Right now, what he's explaining is because he was interested in a master's biomedical. That's why he had to fill those subjects and the credits. Because he studied electronics, it would be different for him. She studied CS, he studied CS. It would be different subjects for them and credits for them, and it would be different for you as well, right? So this was just a gist of what we are talking. Like this is how you fill out a curriculum analysis. Sometimes for curriculum analysis, university will send you their respective link where you have to fill the data. At times you also have to open a fresh Excel sheet, write down all the subjects and write down all the credits. If you don't know your credits, how much credits I am getting in my bachelor's subject, you go and talk to your university administration. They have the data available there. If they are not able to provide you with that, then you have to basically calculate by yourself. There are 3 components what it takes to calculate a ECTS. Total weeks in a semester, total number of self-study you have done, and how much you have studied sitting in the classroom. Okay, so you have to combine these hours and come up with a number for a specific subjects. That's how you calculate ECTS. There are several calculators available out there on internet. So has any of you faced a rejection because you were not able to fulfill certain credits in somewhere?
Yes, definitely for the TUM. Even though I tried finishing the credits, but it was not to the mark which they expected.
Correct.
For example, like the physics part of it.
In your case, it was
In physics, so that was the main criteria.
Okay.
For one of the universities that I applied for, even though I did not have the conditions that they actually required, they gave me a conditional admission on that. So in there, even if you're not filling those, it's also possibility. It's not a guaranteed, but it's a possibility that university can still provide you the admission based on a condition, saying that you need to complete certain subjects in order to get a master.
Correct.
So that would be the courses. It could be in the bachelor's or it could be in the master's, be it anywhere.
Right.
They also offer courses in which are there in bachelor's as well, as a conditional. So it's not really something that you're not gonna get at all. No. Yeah, but still you have the possibility, but a bit less.
Yeah, but like if there is a prerequisite, right? They are very clearly saying, dude, we are not going to look at your complete overall bachelor's, but we want specific subject credits. I think it's a very important thing that you can't blindly just apply randomly in all the universities. You will end up getting rejected because you're not able to fulfill credits in specific subjects from your bachelor's. And that's not fault of yours, because if you have not studied a specific subject, you've not studied. Just move on.